Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. Darlene here from darlenestampinspot.com, and it's time for your weekly Facebook Live. So I'm just going to come over to Facebook and make sure, go to feed, make sure that I am live. Yep. Well, that connected quick today. Thank you, Spectrum. Got a new router or something. One of those things. The router, the modem, one of those things that makes it faster. Supposed to help with connection or connectivity issues I was having. Anyway, I'm in one room. Across the hall is the other room, and that's where all the stuff is. So I was having trouble. It was kind of slow. Anyway, hopefully this will help with some of the hesitation and I kept getting an error message trying to connect. And I'm like, I'm connected. Okay, so I am in fact connected and live. So I'm going to come back over here where I can see your comments. Thank you so much for those of you joining me live. And thank you also for those of you that are watching the replay. Poor wireless connection. All right, well, fingers crossed that it's going to keep working. Okay, we've got to switch one more thing on. All right. Okay, so this week I have my virtual card class. So this is free with a purchase of $50 or more in my online store. All the details are in the email I sent out this morning and will be up on my blog later. But I will have all the links in the description of this video for that. Make sure you sign up for my email list. They get first dibs for signups, and you want to just kind of know what's going on. So hello, hey, I see you guys jumping on. Say hello, let me know who's watching. I'm going to do a sneak peek of club cards. This is the bundle where I'm using for club this week. So I made 4 additional cards so that if you happen to be in my club and you want additional cards, this is your opportunity to purchase the bundle, and you would get, I forgot to look at the price of the bundle. You'd be pretty close to the $50, and you could get these 4 cards for free, plus have the bundle for your club. So this is club this month. We've got these 4 cards. All of your die cutting is done for you. The label, these shapes, I cut out all these pieces for you, and then you'll just have to do your stamping. And we've got these 4 cards. So this is cut out for you, but then you'll just do your stamping and assembling. Yeah. So this is club. You have until Sunday, the 20th is the cutoff to register for July club. And yeah, super fun. I also have, oh dear, I forgot to grab it. Hang on, right here. I gotta do a quick plug for, here we go. This is card class this Saturday. You still have time to sign up. Again, the link will be in the description of the video. This is an in-person class that I do once a month, and this month we're making these 4 cards. So we have 2 technique cards, and we have 2 fun fold cards. This is a fun little center easel pop-up, and then this is, I don't know the exact name for this one, but anyway, they're fun. Anyway, so this is card class. This is $25 class. You make 8 cards. I include envelopes, and it's in person. You can also get it to go. I'm gonna share the club cards. I'll try to remember, and I'll show you the club cards again at the end. Okay, so this is for this week, or for today, and you have till Monday the 21st to place your order of $50 or more. If you want this class for free, you'll get the PDF with pictures, and then you can just come back to this video to if you need help assembling anything. So this is the my expansion pack for club. So you can have 4 more card ideas to go with your bundle and supplies that you already have, because in club you get the paper and these dots. And I didn't use any of the twine in today's class, but in club you get the pack of this natural thread. So there we go. Okay, so this is how your kit will come. All your pieces are here in the envelope. Everything is done for you. All you're going to do is stamp and assemble. So I'm not going to give measurements because this is a paid tutorial. You get the tutorial and the card kit for free when you place an order. But this is going to be your place to be able to come back and so that you can assemble your cards if you need the video tutorial. I do need to grab my silicone mat. Hi there. All right, so grab my... I was finally able to link Lisa's store. So my friend Lisa makes the this glue holder that I use. She also makes an entire caddy system with drawers and all kinds of fun stuff. This piece is too long, but I just need to trim it off. But I added glue where I shouldn't have. So you can kind of pick the color parts that you want to show. And that is why I grabbed my silicone mat. Okay, so we're just gonna snip that off. That's gonna be a big old mess, so let me just toss that right away. And this, I just want to wipe off a little bit. Off to a great start, Darling. Okay, and then we'll toss that. Okay, that'll dry, but we'll put it kind of up in the right corner. Okay, so here we go. This is the inside. And with the liquid glue, you got a chance to slide it around where you want it to be. Okay, take your bone folder. All right, now we have dumped my pieces out. All right, so we've got these little hearts that I cannot pick up. Got my nails done today, so my nails are super short, which is how I like them. But a hard time picking things up. Where's the other one? Okay, well, check your envelope. Because look, it's tucked all the way down there in the corner of the envelope. There we go. I'm not going to use all three of... Oh, yeah, we are going to use all of them. We're going to use them as embellishments. Okay. Whew. Let me just move these up out of the way. All right, so I just kind of want to do a dry fit that just kind of looking to see where I want my rainbow to lie. There we go. Okay, so for here, I'm just going to take my adhesive and I'm just going to run a thin line around the outer edge of my rainbow, go up in there like that, and then I'm just going to, I'm not even really pressing, this is just the glue that's kind of coming out. If you have to squeeze the bottle, squeeze it off of the project to get the glue flowing, and we're just going to do little dots all the way around, just in, you know, the larger areas. You don't have to go into the real skinny parts. Okay, and then this is going to go back behind here, and I want it, oh come on, well I guess it's going to go like that. I'm going to have to slide it over. You'll get yours lined up better than I just did. I'm just going to cut that off because I don't want, if I try to slide it over, there's going to be glue there, and that's never a good look. So I'm just going to cut this off. As long as your rainbow cutout is covered, that's what we're going for. Okay, and then we can take, oh, you know what? I forgot to stamp. All right, I've got Daffodil Delight. And I might have just messed it up. I don't think I messed it up. It'll be fine. This, you actually need to stamp a little over to get it to fit right. And hopefully that's not going to matter. Stamp yours first. If you're making the cards, stamp your sun first. Let me grab my chamois. It actually worked out, but yeah, you might want to stamp it first. Okay, let me get mouse and keyboard out of the way. Bundle out of the way. I've got my chamois over here. Okay, now we're going to take the rays, and you're going to stamp this one twice. So you're just going to kind of go to the right and to the left. And I'm not even going to dare try to line that back up. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, so that's done. Then on your, this strip, actually I think that's all that we're using this daffodil for. I've got Hello, Darling. You could also just do hello, or there's a nice thanks. I'm going to center this, and then we're going to flag the end of it. Let's go ahead and wipe it. We're going to use this ink again later. Okay, I have an old banner punch. You can also just use scissors, but this just fits right inside here. And I'm just going to punch the ends. It's a little wide, but we'll make it fit. Okay. I'm going to have to repunch that other side, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, and then now this will fit in here. It was a little wide. It needs to be like 5/8 of an inch. And then, let me see. Yep, that looks good. Okay, you can also just use your scissors. You could just do an angle cut. Yeah. All right, so we're ready to assemble this one. So this is just gonna go down flat to our card base. Either you guys are quiet or my comments are not scrolling. So let me look and see. I don't see any comments. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna take and put a little dot of glue. I'm gonna put one there and one up there and one right here. I'm gonna put the large heart here, and then we'll take the middle size and put it there, and the smaller one up here. And then I'm gonna grab dimensionals. I just started a new pack, or a new sheet. And this one's gonna go right here. Yep. There we go. Okay, so then you're gonna get a strip of each color in your kit. In your club pack, you get a whole package of these. And we're gonna use the petal pink ones, and we're gonna take a large one and the small, and then we'll put another little one up there. Okay, So there's the first one. So there we go. Envelope there. We'll bring them all back at the end. Hopefully I remember to do that. Okay, so here we have a fun fold. I like the way this one opens up. Here are my pieces. Make sure we've got everything out of the envelope. And we can go ahead and we'll assemble that in a minute. Let's go ahead and glue some things down. I didn't do anything special on the inside, no. But you do get the insert. And then this is just going to go right in between those two score lines. And hopefully I have enough liquid glue on there that I am able to move it. If you don't have enough liquid glue on there, you're not going to be able to shift it. But it's also really bright on my table, so sometimes it's really hard to see. Okay, and then I'm just going to flip it like this. These two panels are going to go here. So everything in the card kit is cut for you, scored, die cut. You just have to stamp and assemble. This particular set, there isn't anything that has to be stamped and then die cut. So the die cutting is done for you. Okay, so now we can take this and fold it over and crease it with our bone folder. I think it's just easier while it's laying flat to get those pieces on there. And then, so there's your card base. And these pieces all have, I am having a heck of a time grabbing things. I don't have anything to do with nails or not nails. Let's just quickly stamp this so that it can for sure be dry. And this one, we're going to use our thanks. Okay, we'll put that off to the side. Clean that off because we are using that sentiment again. I could have just used the hello, but that's just the way I did it. You can stamp whatever you want. Okay, so like I said, these pieces all have, and you really don't even have to worry about picking out all the little pieces. You're not going to see it on this one because they all just kind of fell out, which is great. But I did find that it was easier if you did your more solid rainbow arches first. It's a little easier to line up. Now you don't have any wiggle room, so maybe you don't want to press it down fully yet. And then we've got, let's just do this one next. So you just take your pick tool and peel off that backing. And you want to make sure that it's not misshapen. And this is going to go, and I'm not pushing these down yet because I want to be able to move it if I need to. And then this one takes a second to get these off, but it's so worth it. This one is going to get lined up like that. Okay, so then, now here's the example. You see all those little pieces, well, you see the white, that's where the blue little cardstock piece came out already. But if you just take off the backing, most of those pieces are going to come right out. There's a few left, but that's okay. Oops, sorry, I think I just bumped the camera. These will just come right out. And they're going to stick all over your fingers. I'm trying to get them to stick to the silicone sheet. There we go. And then this one's gonna go. Okay. Sometimes it's just tweezers. I'm just pulling that off. Okay. And so now I can get that right where I want it. I know that one. I know that's where I want it, so I'm gonna glue that one down, and then I'm gonna try to get these little bits off of my finger. Okay. All right. Now we've got these two that form the other arch to our rainbow. So I'm just gonna take this one off, and then take the other off. Like that. I don't know, maybe it is easier to use the liquid glue. Okay, and I've got, I can't do it like that. I'm not pressing down, but I think that looks good. Okay, so then when you're happy with the layout, then there we go. We'll just make sure that everything is adhered down. Okay. Now, we're just going to assemble. So you want to make sure that we only add glue to this left side, because you don't want to glue your card shut. So I'm just going to come up the side and then just lay it back down. I guess I did put the other one on dimensionals. That's okay. In my sample, I put it up on dimensionals, but so that way you can see this one is on dimensionals, but that's okay. We're going to put the sentiment on dimensionals. And we only want to do it, I'm just going to actually put it right here on the card, and then right here at the edge. And then it's going to center from, like, if you take the backing off, it pink to pink. Come on. See, it kind of goes from the pink one to the pink one. Okay. And then I've got my dots here. And I'm going to use the smaller ones and just go right here in the corner. Like that. All right, my take your pick tool needs to be, that putty needs to go away. We need to get more. Okay. And I've got a little rogue dot down in there that I'll have to dig out. Okay. Card number 2. Everything falling out. Put these back in. I'm going to take a quick drink. Okay. Let me know what you think of card number. This is number 2. Cute. All right, next one, we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. Here's the card. I love heat embossing. It's quick and it's simple, and it's such a great aspect to your project. All right, so let's go ahead and do the embossing first. So I have all of my parts and pieces here. I've got Versamark. I have the embossing buddy. This is what you run over the cardstock before you emboss to reduce and get rid of static, fingerprints, oils from our fingers. And here we're going to do thanks. This is where you could have done, you know what? I'm just going to take this off of this block, and we're going to do hello. The label's a little big, but I think it's still going to look cute. So we're just going to do hello. clean that off. All right, and I've got my white, and I just have a little strip or a little piece of cardstock that I use kind of like my handle here. I've had my embossing powder in these containers for years. Flick it off from the back. I don't have any stragglers. This is good. So we're done with that. Close that back up. And hopefully this is not too loud, but it won't take very long. I'm gonna turn on my heat tool. I'm gonna grab something. This is part of our and I didn't mean to grab that. Sorry. It does come with that brush. I meant to just grab these little tweezers. So you're just gonna apply the heat until the powder melts. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. There it goes. And then when it's melted, then you just move on. Because you can burn embossing powder and then it doesn't look pretty. So then once it's all bright and shiny or glossy, that's it. Okay, so now we just kind of want to let that, isn't that pretty? So we're just going to let that kind of hang out and cool off. Okay. So we've got, this is what the inside looks like. Something different. Maybe you don't want to have a whole lot of space to write something. You could do a larger inside panel if you wanted. But this just mimics the front of the card. Okay. Let's do some stamping. I want to go over a little further to the right than I did with this one. I've got Mossy Meadow. And our fun little branch. And I'm going to go a little more to the right. I'm going to turn it this way. It's just easier for me to hold it. Okay, and then let that ink soak in. Look how pretty that is. Okay. I feel like, nope, that's it. Pretty sure that's it. Mossy Meadow. Okay, and then you have a little strip of cardstock and our little strip of designer paper. I'm going to put that down first just in case it hangs over a bit. You have a chance to cut it off. And this is going to go like this all the way over to the edge. The left edge and flush top and bottom. So if you need to trim it, you could turn it over and do so. I think it looks okay. And then we'll put this on our piece of Mossy Meadow. And then this, we're going to pop up the sentiment, so this is just going to go down with some adhesive here. So this is just going to get centered like we did on the inside. This is good to work with now. And we're just going to add a couple of dimensionals. And then this is going to touch the DSP, but then also hang off to the card base too. Hang on to reach the card base like that. Okay, and then we're going to have some fun with our muted palette dots. so I had to peel off that putty end. So now I just need to twist it just a bit to get that putty to start coming out. And then once it does, you just kind of want to like smush it around there. And then we're ready to pick stuff back up. Make sure those are all pushed down. Okay, card number 3. I hope you like that one too. Okay, and then for our last card, here's our pieces. Let's go ahead and stamp first. Got Secret C, Sending Good Vibes. The Secret C stamped on the cloud cover, I think, is just beautiful. And all my stamps are clean, so when the Facebook Live is over, well, I've got one more we're using, but they're all clean and ready to go away. Now, I did forget one ink pad. So we don't have the, there is no full-size ink pad in cloud cover. So, but you can buy the refill, ink refill, same ink refill that you would buy to re-ink this pad if you needed it. I don't happen to have it right in front of me, but I did that, and I took the ink refill and just put it in, these come uninked, comes 5 to a pack. I'll make sure to link them for you. And I just filled it up and made my own little ink pad. You could also use the marker, but this is a lot of stamping going all the way around. That'd be a lot to do with your marker. The other thing you could do, let me show you. Since you had your Versamark pad out, embossing the Versamark, I'm going to do it in the center where you're not going to be able to see it once we put our card together. But there's the Versamark. And then you don't need to clean it, but you can clean it. And then here it is in cloud cover. Now once it dries, it's going to be like this. This is it dried. And you'll see that as we get on to making the card, you'll see how it lightens up. But it's just to add something to the background without having to add another layer. I'm going to go ahead and use my ink pad. And I'm just going to go around the outer edges and just random. It's kind of, I don't think you really need to turn the stamp because it's the same. And then we'll hold it up and look at our piece that's going to go in the center and see if we've, if I want to add ink to anything. If I missed a spot, like if I have a hole. Okay, so this is going to go on like this, and then it's going to go on like that. So I can already see that I kind of want to make one here. And then these are coming out from the edge, so I think that looks okay. I'm good with that. And that's it. Just takes a second. Okay, so next we're gonna put these two pieces together. Like this. Okay, and then you're gonna get a little bit of this white woven ribbon. And so I'm just gonna take some, kind of just unwind a little bit. And I'm right-handed. I like my bow, I like it to come from the left. As you could always, always get my bow to lay in the direction that I want. Or maybe it just feels more natural because I'm right-handed doing it that way. I don't know. Anyway, we're just going to tie a little bow. Let's get some more. And then we're just going to pull it. I think I've got glue remnants on my finger. And then we're just going to kind of get it where I think I like it, and then we'll bring it down just a little bit in size. There we go. And we can adjust it in a little bit too, but this is enough to where I can take it off of the bolt. And so then we only have that's our waist. So that's why I like to do my ribbon that way, on the bolt. Sometimes you don't have that option, depending on your project. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue this one down. We are almost finished. This is our last card. And then I'll bring them all in, and then I'm going to show you the club cards, because you still have time to sign up for my for Club Create this month. The deadline is to register is Sunday. And then next week on Tuesday's Facebook Live, I will show you next month's card club. Okay, so there's that. This is going to get dimensionals. Here's a good spot for you to use your, if you have black dimensionals. Okay, now our ribbon is still free to move around, so we can adjust it. And then here we're just going to do a dimensional on the top and the bottom so that it attaches over the ribbon. And it does look like I need to scoot it over just a smidge, so I can just grab that knot and slide it over. And then, yeah, that looks good. Its sentiment is straight, and then there we go. Okay, and this piece of paper might look a little different because of the way the paper is, or way that print is designed. So let me show you, let me bring in a piece of that paper. This is the piece that you get, this is what you get for in Card Club, but see how this is that side, and then this is this side. So it just depends on which half you get for your class, but you can see how I laid out both of them. So just so you're aware. Okay, and then we'll bring in, and we haven't used our yellow dots yet, so we're gonna bring in those. And we're just going to put them right up here in this white area. Oh, that one came off of the glue dot, so let me use my pokey tool in to pick that glue dot up. There we go. All right, so let me clean up a couple of things. And we'll bring back in the cards. And that's trash. Okay, so here's card, well, that was card number 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'd love it if you let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And maybe it's even better. 1, 2, I don't know. 3, 4. It's a small area of work. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this card kit, you get one of each card. You make one of each card, with envelopes. All of the pieces are included. You get a little bit of the ribbon, you get some of the dots. The only thing you have to do is stamp and assemble. Everything's cut for you, okay? So this is free with a $50 purchase by next Monday, the 21st. It also gives you 4 more card ideas if you're already part of my club, or maybe you want to join club. These are the club cards for this month, for July. Sunday. You got to sign up by the 20th of the month to get that month's kit. And then don't forget that I have an in-person card class this weekend on Sunday, or Saturday, sorry, we just switched it from Sundays to Saturdays. So Saturday the 19th. There's still room for you if you want to sign up. Don't get those confused. But these are the cards that we're making. So we have 2 techniques and 2 fun folds that we're making. This is a $25 class. You get to make 8 cards with envelopes and come and hang out with some fun, crafty people. It's from 1 to 4 on Saturday. So I will put the links to everything in the description above. And I thank you so much for watching me, and I will see you next time. Bye.